So, for my personal project, I chose learning how to play golf, and I think the reason why I chose this is just so this past year I quit playing soccer and I wanted to find like another sport to play, and I thought golf would be fun just because it can help you in the business world a lot, and it just seems like an easygoing sport, and I wanted to try it. So, my product or my outcome was pretty challenging just because I had never played the sport before, and once you're going in you don't really realize like what goes all into the sport, and like it's so much harder than what you think it is. And then the global context I chose for my project was personal and cultural expression, and I chose that because I felt like golf, even though it's just like a simple sport, can be a way that you show who you are, and it can help you find yourself, find out what kind of person you are. Like, golf is for someone who's very patient and is willing to work through things, and I think I learned a lot about myself through that. And then the prior skills that I don't really think I had that many prior skills with golf, except I like maybe went to a driving range once, but that's pretty much it. And then my research process for going through this, I researched golf lessons, and the place where I go is a place called Golf Tech in Castleton, but I also researched places like Psalms, which is a driving range and golf place, and just researching the overall sport and like how to hit left-handed, which I am, so I learned that. And then the specifications that I use to try and like be the most successful is basically just kind of leading me towards meeting my goal of at least knowing sort of a baseline of how to play. So I wanted to know like how should I form my body correctly so that I can hit the ball successfully. And I feel like I did learn that, and I did end up doing that at the end. As you can see in my PowerPoint, you could see that in the beginning I wasn't very good, like my body alignment was terrible, but towards the last couple of lessons my body alignment has gotten so much better. And also one of my other things was that I create like a good relationship with my coach. Like in the beginning of when I started, I was kind of hesitant and was really nervous and was really insecure about how I looked when I played, but then once I got to know more, and once I got to know more of the other coaches, I realized that I'm not that bad, and that I got this, basically. And how I planned my project was, I kind of, just something about, like I said earlier, something about golf just really drew me in, and I just planned it. I set up lessons, and then I started going to them, and then those lessons also came with like practice sessions, and I'm getting my fitting soon for my golf club, so that also goes in with it. And then how did I manage my time during my work on my personal project? It was really hard, especially in the month of February, since I have so much going on with school. I have NHD, I have choir, I just have a lot going on, so it was super hard, but I managed anyways. And I had a lot of conflicts, so I'd miss a couple lessons, but my coach was super understandable, and he understand like I'm a student, I'm a 16-year-old girl, so I just overcame those and then just came in for another lesson the following week. And I think my self-management skills did improve because I was able to, by myself, go to these, well, like with my parents driving me, of course, but going to these lessons and being very focused on the sport and not just really thinking of it as, oh, it's just some silly project that I have to do, but like I actually was really interested and genuinely interested in doing it. And then I would say my outcome met my goal just because it just really felt like it did. And like I didn't really have a specific goal, only that I got better or I learned how to have like a baseline knowledge of the sport, and I feel like I kind of went beyond that, and especially only on like I think I only had 5 or 6 lessons, and I would say that I'm kind of getting the hang of it and knowing how to put myself in that position. And then what form of communications did I use the most? I would say I didn't really use that much except for talking to the coaches at Golf Tech and talking to like other people about golf. And even like in my driving lesson, my first driving lesson, I was telling my driving teacher that I was like learning how to play golf, and so we talked about that. And I think it did make me a better communicator in that sense, just because it brought up this new hobby and this new topic that I have. And then skills I would say that I used was really just, I don't think I had any previous skills, maybe just my time management skills to help me manage all my times and stay balanced. But I had no physical, like athletic skills that helped me with golf. Maybe doing competitive cheer in like 5th grade, that really helped me, I guess, sort of with like body. And I think another like skill that I had was that my body is just kind of shaped like a golfer, I guess. Like I have long legs and a medium-sized torso. And then I would say I'm a better thinker than I was at the start of the project, just because I think getting into new hobbies creates like a new version of yourself, and I guess that can make you a better thinker, and it helps you grow your mind to that topic and everything. And I think it did help me become a better thinker, not just in the sense that it helped me manage my time better, and it kind of gets your mind off things, I guess. I don't know. And then I would say my outcome was pretty successful. I think that I'm doing a lot better than I thought I was. When I was going into it, I thought I was going to be so bad, and that like they were going to be like, you cannot play golf. But my coach is super nice, and he really helps me, and I think it was very successful. Just in my criteria, like I'm not the best golfer in the world, but I'm not terrible. I mean, I got it down. And then what I learned about personal and cultural expression is that just the different, I think golf can be its own cultural expression, its own expression. And I think you just learn more about yourself and your own personal expression, which is what I learned more about myself, and learn that I can be patient and impatient at times, and I can get very frustrated, especially in the game of golf. Like you're in your head the whole time, and if you are in your head, then you're not going to do well because you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to hit this right, and then you won't. It's all in your head. It's not a team sport. It's a singular sport. And I think I'll be able to use this topic in the future, just because I think golf is really good, especially if you're going to go into the business world. I'm not planning on it, but if I ever do, it can help because many business meetings happen on the golf course. I mean, it's just something that happens. And then I think I developed as an IB learner just because I became more open-minded to the sport of golf, and I became more of a risk taker. Like, probably a year ago, I would be like, golf, not a sport. But it's actually it's just such a hard sport to get into because there's so many things that go into it that you don't realize. You just think it's hitting a ball, but it's not. And also, it's just, also it created me as a risk taker because I had never played the game of golf before, and it was very out of my comfort zone to go try something new that I wasn't comfortable with and kind of be on display for like this random person that you don't know. And then I think the traits that were most important to me during this project were risk taker, balanced, open-minded, and some other things, just because, like I said earlier, I kept my mind open to the different like concepts of golf, and that I've never played this sport before, and so I needed to keep an open mind so that I understood what was going on. And then also balance, especially during this project, I had to balance school and then all my extracurricular activities and everything, and then I had to add golf on top of that, and that was super hard, and especially with NHD and so many things going on, I learned how to balance everything and plan out my time accordingly so that I could be the most balanced person that I am.